Alrighty, welcome along to another live stream. We're here on London, going for another route badge. Bit of climbing, a little bit of distance, 40 k's, and a little bit of steering to spice things up. So FutureWorks Steering, we'll see how it goes for this ride. Been having a bit of fun with it the last few days. It shouldn't really get in the way of what I want to do. You can take your hands off the bars and just go. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'll be here for the next hour and a bit. Hope everyone is well. Melbourne, you have 9 minutes before your curfew kicks in, so get home quickly if you're out and not caring for someone. Yeah, interesting times in Melbourne. We're still okay here in Ballarat for now. Let me just cause havoc at this bunch here. Steer. Oop, sorry, front wheel chop. 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 Now I've got the Sterzo shown from the front here, and I've reversed it so it probably matches where I'm steering. Yeah, that looks okay. I haven't tested this before I went live, but you can see how much turning is required. Good evening, chat. Let me get all set up here. Make sure all my power meters are recording. Done, done, done. Television size in front of me is a 4K 50-inch. It's about 1.40 meters in front of me. Someone in Elite kit. Oh, chop. He's been Sterzoed. So this route takes in all the boring parts of London, yay, for the 20 k's, and then we hit, I think it's Leith Hill, all the way up, down through the wildlife park, or the game reserve, no guns, and Box Hill, then back home. So it should be a bit of fun. Second ride today, I've already done my training ride. So today's just a bit of a chill and chat, and chop session, chop stages. Oh. So this does work in erg mode too. And the GPS file does track your steering. So if you're riding drunk, it will show a drunk line. Now we're not in workout, we're doing this. My chain definitely needs an oil. I hope the RTX voice is filtering out my chain noise. Have I even been outside? Actually, last weekend there was 2 2-hour rides or so outside. It was beautiful. Okay, chat, how are we? Let me pull up that. So streaming across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for the best quality stream. Twitch is where it's at. But there's no monetization there. Oh, there's some kind of weird monetization there that I don't get much from. So I'll always point people towards YouTube. If you don't want ads in YouTube, if you go YouTube Premium, which is a few bucks a month, you get no ads on anything. Turn. Wrong side of the road, you can't. You're limited to this side of the road. So, which feels natural actually, because it's in the UK. We're on the left-hand side. In the blue section, we can go in the running lane. Sprinting. Depends how wild dog you are in sprinting. If you're the kind of person who creeps the trainer forward, you're not going to have fun. But it depends on what surface the Sterzo is put on. If it's on a slippery surface, obviously it's going to slip around. If it's on a grippy matte surface, it's going to stay put. Ripped into a few sprints with it. Didn't really move around much. Can I turn left and right? Of course I can. I can annoy everyone else by doing that, but... And you can see I can't turn through the wheel, but I can pick that small gap there and get through. Oh, sorry, Owen, you're going to be annoyed with you doing that. But what I can do is pass someone and pull straight back in front. So they're in my draft. That's cool. So I'll show you here. So up to this rider around on the right side, so I can pick the side. And then I can pull in. Oh, and hit that dude. And there we go. So I can make sure I got the right draft, or if I want to rip out of the draft, whoop, no draft for you. In the gutter and attack. Or back in the draft. Alright, someone on a TT bike. Possible triathlete. Oh, look out! Gets an elbow. Right on, mate. This is tame compared to Grand Theft Auto. Steering on the mountain bike track does not work. That is for the companion app steering, which is different. Control the line in the sprint. Typically when you're coming down to a sprint, there's no corner sprints. And if you're going full mongrel in a sprint, it's just power. You don't really care what line you're taking. You're not going to be able to steer through anybody in a sprint. So in the last 100 meters or so, just go. No idea on the compatibility with Ant or the licensing agreement with this. I believe there's some kind of exclusivity between Elite and Zwift. But it's up to the other platforms to deal with their commercial interests. Off. Did I say the flat bits came first? It's going to be a long night. Route changes with steering, no. So you can see that I'm turning. Nothing's happening. So if you watch my other video, the summary there was, it's sticky veering, or sticky slot car racing. I'm in the middle slot, I can go to the inside slot. What's weird though is I turn, and then I stick to the inside slot, even though I've returned to center for the steering. It's not true free world steering, as you'd think. Oh, I'm toast. Do I think anybody else would come out with something similar? Depends on the licensing, I guess. Runner. I can't see why not. Well, unless patents and all those business things get in the way. Alright, we are good. Oh, come on, London. Isn't it meant to be nice weather in London at the moment? It's nighttime and foggy here. That's not fun. Oh, new Zwift update. No, right on thumbs. Good point. I've actually gone and killed the graphic image and made it a 0-byte file. So if someone's giving me a ride on, I'll still see the ride on name there. The name will still appear here, but it just does not rain thumbs. Having said that, it's raining rain at the moment. So until the next Zwift update, I've muted the thumbs falling down on me. If you find the file, you just 0-byte it. There's no error checking on that. If I could find out what format it is, I'll change it to a little llama, and we can make it rain llamas. 40 degrees in London. And the worst part about that is there's no air conditioning, is there? See, hot places are set up for hotness. London, not so much. Drivetrain is so noisy. I really hope this sound filter is earning its keep tonight. Alright, we're 1/10 away there. Pablo, cannot buy these in Australia until October, November. Really? Cassons had them listed. Cassons, C-A-S-S-O-N-S, had them listed on their Facebook page as being in stock, I think. Sound is good, thank you, team. It was noisy in the steering vid because I just used my normal microphone. I should have used that to record. So if you had headphones on, it sounds a bit crappy, but If you strive for perfection for everything, I'll never upload a video. There's jump cuts in that. I think I even call this Ant Plus, not Ant. If you wanted to go to town and make me feel bad, you could really pick the peanuts out of my videos, but at the end of the day, if you only remember 5%, it's all good. Rain, yeah, this is fun. I should have just gotten the bike and ridden outside tonight. Steering works outside too on this bike. I test that every now and then. She's apples, sweet. Ha! Hot cakes, the full PRL. I'm dodging that like the Rona at the moment, mate. Steering well clear. Getting myself some personal protection against that. I'll have to do it the next 6 weeks or so though. I might split it up during the day. My graphics. It's just a Windows 10 machine with an RTX 2060. Running in 4K. V Michich says right on, but no thumbs. Yes. Actually, it's kind of nice not having the thumbs. Let me know, what do you think? Thumbs or no thumbs? I watched last time, when I speed up my footage, it just paused. I do appreciate the thumbs, they're awesome. But it does get a little bit thummy. Is there a decent rocker system that simulates real physics yet? No, and there will never be indoors. You're not moving. So the whole gyroscopic effect of your wheels and the trailing of the rear of the bike and the lean and the steer. I've seen previews of things that kind of do that, but your weight is still pushed straight down. You're never going to fall to catch yourself to steer. Never going to work. I'm keen to see what they come up with though, but commercially, I don't think anyone will come up with something that's feasible at all. How far off the road? Just side to side, so in the barriers here, and in the center here. That's all I've got. So normal riding along like this, meh. It's interesting. It's of no use though, let's be honest. Riding solo. You can just set it to a lane and away you go. But if you saw my wow moment, yesterday's video, or today's video, wherever you are, 20 minutes, fast forward to 20 minutes, and watch me and the other rider barrel down the descent. I take the inside line, then swing back out on his wheel. And there was that, oh, cool, yeah, that feels like jumping back on the wheel. Very cool. No thumbs, sweet. Yeah, so the thumbs still go in my back pocket. And the names are up there and the names are here. But it's just none of this. The opposite lane, yeah, there'll never be any counter steering. Just on a kicker. On a kicker tonight with the Sterzo power meters, Quark, Vector 3s and the kicker. Oh, looking pretty happy. France and Paris come out on a meetup. That should be with the next meetup update within the companion app. A lot of that functionality is all dependent on the companion app. I believe the companion app has lagged every Zwift update by 2 to 3 days. This dropped on a Friday. It's currently Saturday. I'd give it Monday. But the one things, or multiple things I'll be looking at with that, meetup results. Super keen to see that. So meetup results, as I understand, standard meetup on the side of the road, clock counts down, you go. And then for the designated distance or route or whatever, whoever crosses the line first gets the result sheet in their face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 99 or however many. You can screenshot that. You can review that in the app. I believe, speculation until I test it. So clubs like the Ballarat Cycling Club can run events. Again, there's all the who's cheating, who's not. You got that aside. If you're running meetups, there's a high chance, so you can cut corners just there. There's a high chance you know the person, you know how they ride, etc. Milan San Remo on TV, not here in Australia. No, SBS aren't showing. Starts in around 3.5 hours. But if you know where to click, tis the place to be on the web. TIZ live stream, if you just Google that. YouTube, don't kick me off. The Eurosport won't like that, will they? 3 hours 44, Marco, I was close. Let's get jiggy with it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Reddit's a good place to find some of the Peloton, is it Peloton or Pro Cycling? They may moderate links to certain streams, but it's where to watch. And chop. This ride's going to be 50 Ks rather than 40 if I keep doing this. So looking at my Strava ride from today in London, when I was doing that, and yes, it does snake the GPS. Now my question is, can normal riders ride on the blue here? Or are normal people out here? See, they're coming the other way. Some ride-ons. They're on the blue, so I can get in the running lane and cause all havoc. Bernal's dominance in recent races. I haven't been keeping up with Pro Tour racing much. It's a bit distant from where I am, I'm sorry. I'm usually in the middle of the night. Chop. Chop. Hey. So, let's find another rider and go into their view mode to show you what it looks like from their eyes. I think it's another 10 Ks before the climb starts tonight. Don't run over the joggers. I'll try not to. No promises. Oh, there's one. Let's be friendly. Hey. Oh, where's my wave? Did I not have a wave on this? My function keys aren't working on this wireless keyboard. Back to the gutter. So the fun part's going to be the descents on the hills today. We can take some better lines. Obviously I'm on the best bike. 4-speed. Whee! Not aware of any retailers that have them yet, Steve. The Cassins is the importer. Cassins' Facebook page said they had them. Let me check that. Alright, Cassins Australia Bicycle have a post yesterday. Meet the Sterzo Smart, the Elite brand new cycling steering plate. It says available in Australia now. Now I don't have any links to any shops or retailers or distributors or anything, so I don't know, I'm sorry, but that's the company to hit up. No stock. Well, feel free to ask them what they've posted up on Facebook then. That was just yesterday. If anybody's in Ballarat and wants to borrow this, we can do a contactless test ride. If you're in Melbourne, you're out of luck. See, the rider ahead there is not in the running lane. So it begs the question, can I go ride running routes with this? Oh, camera one. Okay, This is cool. I can steer my nameplate. Coming at you, mate. Coming at you in the gutter. Chop! Ooh. Back to the gutter. I can't wave, can I? My waves aren't working. There it is. So other people can see it. You can cause no end of frustration for others with the steering. I had somebody today on my first ride. I've come past, swerved out, swerved around. They're up out of the saddle and sprinted. So I jumped back in the draft. And then they attacked and attacked. I'm like, okay, you go. But they were frustrated at me. So I don't know with this. Look, it's been disabled in all races, so I can't test the racing side of things. That's what it was built for. So now we have a chicken and an egg scenario. People don't want to race against people with it because of the advantage. It's been disabled in races. So we'll see what happens, I guess. People are calling for it to be banned in races through Zwift Power, but now Zwift owns Zwift Power, and Zwift have a commercial interest in this physical product. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Chicken or the egg? Compatible with the kicker climb, only if you're bold. There are fall off the kicker climb at the moment. Won't work on GDA. Oh, there goes my dead cat on the mic. My sound mic, if the sound goes a bit wishy-washy, let me know. On the wheel. How do you cure a sore butt? Find a better saddle. Melbourne's in lockdown. Sounds still good, good stuff. It might get buffeted a little bit with wind if I look at it and breathe heavily. Bound to happen up the hills. What are you doing? Get some. Oh, drink. Is there no wave animation on this bike? How sensitive to steering inputs? Oh, there you go. That's all live. It's not an FPS scooter, so we don't need that kind of accuracy. But it works fine. A Tarmac SL7. What's the price range on those? I haven't looked. I love the SL4 that I've ridden in the past. Such a nice bike. Where are we heading now? Still the boring bits. So just to show you what I meant by the lane veering slot cars, there's obviously a lane here. There's a lane a little bit. I'm guessing there's probably 10 lanes across each road. Oh, yeah, look out. Oh, there's a massive bunch I'm going to catch in a minute. But once you're in that lane, it seems to stick. Not sure I like that functionality. I like it to drift if you're lazy, because if this is going to give you an advantage, surely it's got to give you a disadvantage somewhere. So if I'm on the inside lane here, what I'd love for it to do is aim straight for that flashing light in front of me and send me across to the other side of the road. And if I'm sloppy with my steering, so it should do this for me. Anyhow, I'll show you so I can pick the inside line here, and I'm now on the inside track. It's its own steering model. It's not GDA steering model. If you steer into someone else sideways, you bounce off them. That's all, and you can't pick gaps that aren't there. When it gets a little busier, we'll give some more people's trouble up the road here. So the Expert, 7.5k, is that Australian? Yes, it is. Abby, you're in Australia. Is that with Ultegra Di2? That's not bad, depending on the wheel set. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's not bad. If you can get one, that's going to be the problem. Supply. Ready, tight corner. Weak! Some of the larger roads on London, you can't get all the way to the edge. Tron chop. Tron chop. GT alloy wheels, there you go. Which probably aren't a bad set of wheels, but you want some carbon rovals. There we go. So right here, I can't get, that's as far over as I can get on here. And it feels weird because, so I can't get up the inside of that rider because this road is so wide. There's no designation of how far I can see. I thought the steering was broken, but I can't get over. See, runner's there. Right on, buddy. I can get a fair way in the middle. Alright, 5Ks before we hit the hills. Do I think they'll open this up so they can steer your route through the map? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the decision process they've gone through for the beta rule set for this, given that you can veer and pick a lane but can't steer corners. Must be a reason for that somehow. Should we terrorize this bunch? They're in a workout, they're going pretty slow. So, let's get them. So I can ride through the bunch. Okay. But I have lateral collision detection, so now I can't go left. And I can't go right. I've got to go through the bunch. I can't pop out. The washing machine effect happening there, so I can't go anywhere. I'm locked in to ride straight through everyone. So for me to... Yeah, that's kind of limited. See, now I broke out. Because obviously there's a wall of riders on that side, and there's the wall of the... how far I can steer on that side. Ideally, you'd want to be able to jump out to the other side of the road, head on with other riders and attack and go. So in a race, technically nothing changes if it's a big enough bunch. You can't move left, you can't move right. I wonder if I was to enter the bunch, say more in the middle, I'd still be stuck in the middle. How far are they back? Oh, they're gone. Okay, cool. So if I was to enter a blob right in the center, we'll come up to a corner. I can't do much. See here, I can't get to the barriers either. That's as far left as I can go. Climb with the Sterzo. By yourself, the climb. With others, the Sterzo. So both. Yep, cutting corners and chasing the draft for sure. It also opens up the door for a velodrome. With steering on a velodrome, you can use steering to regulate your speed and your positioning. without steering a velodrome does not make sense on a bike. So if I try and stop, it slides across. See, now this road's a lot thinner. I'm now in the true gutter. Morning, Ellie Mac. Good to see you. Can I pick this gap? Threads the needle. Nice one. Look, is the Steers though worth it? Not until everyone else has one, or a lot more people have one. It's fun, sure. And I like having a looser front end. But if it's made for racing, it needs to be enabled for racing. It's currently not. Don't know. We'll see which chicken lays an egg. Crosswinds, echelons, you name it. It's as I said in my other video, it opens up a door to a whole new world of things. But with the drafting dynamics now, everyone's saying fix the drafting, fix this, fix that, cool. I get that. This kind of does fix the drafting. It allows you to control your draft, a breakaway's draft. Yeah, absolutely, it affects the drafting. So you'll see here, that guy's not on a TT bike, is he? No. So Bullet, it's not telling me to close the gap. You can see that's not saying close the gap, whereas if I steer in, oh thanks, rehab, I'll get a close the gap message because there is a draft. Or maybe I will, hang on. Where is it? So close the gap is there, but if I steer out, there's no longer the close the gap, so I'm not in the draft. Now I am. Thanks, mate. I usually got the wave going, my wave's broken. But gutter attacks will be cool. Nobody ever attacks off the front of a race straight. That's like announcing it to everybody. I'm going to attack. Here is my wheel. Jump on. It's a free ride to the attack. What you want to do, break everyone off your wheel and then go right here. Boom. And then if you're breaking away or you're bridging, you want to have nobody on your wheel, get them off, bridge across to a small group, jump in the draft, ready. We go out and attack on the outside. I'm not going to be able to cut in because they're there. Boom. So I'd rather just ride straight through them. the cobble mat. Oh, here's my fluffy things on the floor there too. There we go. That wasn't me shedding. Saris H3 on Neo 2T, will you be doing erg mode? Primarily for use in erg, the H3 would be the pick there. That thing is buttery smooth in erg. Whereas the 2T, it's been smooth, but it is a bit bitey. The mats from Velo, is it Velo mats? Sorry, it's late. Let me be sure. Velo mats. VELOMATS. Can't miss them on on Facebook. All right, climb time. Climb time. Small room. That's a little quieter for me. You guys probably couldn't hear the difference. Velomats have a velodrome design with the boards. Haha, that's cool. Best trainer under $1,000. Where are you? US dollars, Australian dollars. Look, you want a mid-range trainer, kick a core is where you're at. Suto. Probably the two picks of the bunch there. The Diretto is now no longer a mid-range trainer. It's up there at the top of the line. Maybe an older Diretto. With steering, make climbs easier if I cut back and forth. So if you deliver the post like that, I don't know. I don't think so. In theory, this should give Zwift the ability to make roads with angled gradients, like lateral angles, but I'm guessing they haven't. What we can test though, when things get a little steeper in a moment, is if I start steering like this, does the gradient change in any way? So I'm on a flat section right now. 3 AAAs is the battery source. Something like 500 hours, and it goes to sleep if it's not in use like most things these days. So I think it'll last for months. $20K. We're halfway there, but we've just started the climbs. How many trainers, rollers, smart bikes? Brandon, I don't know, to be honest. More than I can ride. Here we go. Climb time. Beep. Thanks DI2 for telling me that's the last gear that I have on the cassette. The trainer is at 100% too. So I gotta wear this tonight. DI2 install. It's still in the box. Haven't looped back to it yet. Giant or specialized? Both. Stages Bike Part 3. Soon. There's emails. If you want to know about the bike, though, there's an owners group over on Facebook that's got quite a lot of info. I'm just having... I want to see the power a lot smoother from the unit. Because as soon as I do a video and say that's how it is, that's how it is. And there's updates coming out all the time for the bike, so I'm hoping we see some updates soon. Sterzo Smart in Australia. That's one for Cassins. Apparently they're out of stock. Even though they posted yesterday they had stock. Not sure. Issues with the kicker bike. Accessibility. I can't get on that thing. Ron is always on it. A few creaks and cracks. As in the noise. You just pull out a little bit of silicone spray and then it's good to go. Probably the environment that it's in too. It's winter, we've got the aircon or the heater on all the time. My thoughts on Tubolito tubes. Never used one. They look small. I've not seen anybody install one. If they're so super light and so super small, are they more prone to being pinched when putting them in? There's people saying they're faster. I've not seen any data on that though. So, haven't done my research. But if I can carry 3 rather than 1, I'm all for that. Brandon, Max is well. Max is very well. He, first birthday next week. It's gone through very quickly. Gilvane, when will GP Sheepy follow you? GP Sheepy follows people who are channel members. I wasn't clear enough in the video to distinguish what was a member and what was a subscriber. So if you're a member, you've hit the join button, you've chosen a level to support the channel, and you'll have a little llama next to your name. So if you're one of those, I double check that list, then add people from there who have signed up as members. Suji on the Zwift forums. I don't think Suji's a person. I think Suji is a pseudonym for everyone at Zwift who works on the forums. But that account is saying the Sterzo Smart is on the water, will be available in Australia late September. Well, that's more accurate than what we're getting for the local distributor. I'd hold him to the flame on that one. You can't post up something that's available and it's not. That'll just piss people off. Turn. What the hell is this, mate? I tried to load Flappy Birds. I ended up with this bloody cyclist. That was a few years ago, so I had to buy all the kit, become a cyclist, start a YouTube channel and do this. I was after Flappy Birds. Is it still in the App Store? Hey, bumblebees. Zzzt. Where are we? Surrey Hills. So the backside of Leith Hill, is it, or the real climb doesn't start for a while? But steering right now, it's, well, Siri lights up when I say that. It's not of much use. No U-turns with the steering, nope. It's just lane selection, effectively. Sprinting depends on how wild you are at sprinting. This seems to stick to the ground okay. If you had a slippery floor, obviously you'd be ice skating everywhere. So solo, it's interesting, but it's not a killer device. Skizzer got the Tron bike, nice one. $40. Oh, it's going to rain again. London. I've only got a few more routes to go, and we are done. 16, I think, to go. I am done with New York. New York can be erased from my computer. I do not want to hit New York again. Not a favourite of mine at all. So I did hear they called in Jim's mowing and fixed the trees. Tubeless videos. Oh, I'm happy to keep trying tubeless tyres. Absolutely happy to. But I've got to go buy an air compressor. I've got to spend more time. So the last tubeless I tried, I'm not even turning the cameras on anymore for the tubeless stuff. It's just too frustrating. So the last time I tried to do it, it was about 0 degrees in the garage. Try to mount a tyre, a tight-fitting tyre on an alloy rim when it's near 0 degrees. It's not going to happen. However, that's the exact situation you'll have out on the road. So that didn't work. I bought 4 tyres. I managed to get 2 on, and the other two, like, it took me way too long. And the other 2 I set out the front, put up a post on the local cycling group just saying, if anybody wants 2 brand new tyres, come get. They went pretty quick. I need to pass on the pain to somebody else. No, I'm not even going to return to New York to see how the tree trimming went. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'd rather do an FTP test. Will Wahoo make a steering climb? No idea. Hopefully what we'll see though is the integration of those buttons on the kicker bike steering. The new Orica trainer I've seen, yes. Waiting to see the reviews on that. Not something that I'll be chasing, sorry. If you want to join me for the descent party, when we're at the top here, you get some free Ks once we hit the top. But I will drop you though, because I can get you out of my draft. Next challenge, FTP test in New York. Wide line. That's it. See, I want my virtual cycling platform to be all roses, sunshine, cows, sheep. Sheep on the beach. Raining in London? Come on. Come on. My old bike, outdoors only. No, the old bike has a 24mm spindle in it with a modern bracket, so power meter testing. Oh, the sun's out. Good, good. Just as the hill starts. I've completed all the challenges. Those 3 challenges, the Everest, Italy, and Ride California. Jules, waiting to see how popular the Sterzo is. I think that's what everyone's going to do. I'm skeptical it's going to be a thing. The update for the companion app just came out. Really? Really? Not in the Australian App Store. Are you sure it was the companion app? The blue icon? Bump into you, please. Sure. Which one? Tony. There we go. It's Tony Martin. I've got to catch you though, mate. Bump into you, please. Okay, ready? Dunk. Chop. Now the question is, are you seeing me on the same side? I'm guessing you are seeing my correct positioning. There's no other way for them to do this. Chop. You've joined me right on the hardest part of the climb too. It's not too long. Chop. See, this heavy steel bike should chop that bike in half. Let's pick a gap. Couldn't get through. Oh, blocked. Blocked. Can't go anywhere. I'll back off. There we go. Cheap trainer suggestions. Second-hand or pre-owned. That's the cheapest option. If you can find someone who's upgraded. Does zigzag reduce gradient? No. No, it doesn't appear to. But it's still going up. Even when I'm turning, it's 10, 9, 10. Or if it does, it's only 1%. No, I wouldn't say that was changing the number much at all. The rider can still go in front and through. You can still ride straight through a rider. So you can't block or slow people down that way. And chop. So New York, it's hard to know where you are in New York. It just twists and turns and winds and corners and ups and downs. It's a fun novelty course. But if you look at the survey posted on Zwift Riders a couple of weeks back, hands down, New York. Oh, this sucks. All riders in the event with steering will see the same picture, they'll have to. Because you can't be blocked by someone who really isn't there. So it'll have to be sending more data back about your position. Trainers in 5 years. Hard to tell. Let's look at trainers for the last 5 years. They've only become quieter. They claim more accurate. But, I mean, if you're within 2 or 3%, that's about all you're going to get. Depending. It hasn't changed. The Kicker 14, still a good trainer. Podcast, no longer producing the podcast. Ray may spin that up, I'm not sure. Rollers with steering, not going to happen. So still 2 minutes for 300 meters. Oof. The descent's going to be fun with the steering. Tony, you still there? Yep, good. I see you, mate. We'll descend this one together. Grind. I've only got a 25 on, I think. That would explain this slogfest. Zwift still has the mountain bike course, but it is for the phone steering, not for this. Everyone got the companion app update. Whereabouts are you guys? Are you in the US or the UK? Android or iOS? Let me know, it's not showing up on mine. Steering on the Stages bike. I assume all smart bikes with their auxiliary buttons will be supporting steering. Poof. Here we go. That was terrible. We still have box hill to go, but it's not as bad as that. All right. Steering on the downhill. Yeah, the podcast was great to do. It just took so much work. Every time, just in regard to the production of it, Every time Ray spoke or I spoke, I had to chop and move the audio a few milliseconds, so you got that smooth conversation rather than the delay. It's horrible to edit up. South Africa got the update. Oof. All right. So if you do have the companion app, spin up the, go into an event, create a meetup, and see if you can create a meetup on the France or the Paris map and let us know. You're leading edge. All right, we've got a few people we can descend with. Where's the fast bit? Right, now, if I can get them out of my draft, I can wait, I can come back on the wheel, cool. See, this is fun. We can do a decent pace line here. So I can ride through, done, done, done. Okay, I've pulled my turn, I swing off, I wait. Just like in real life, accelerate well before the last wheel comes through. Swings back on. Sweet. Look at that. That is cool. That is where this thing is awesome. So it's a bit of an ad hoc impromptu pace line. Again, rolling through, rolling through, rolling through. Done my turn, I'll swing off. I can only swing off the one way that the riders aren't. Swings back on. Whoops, overshot that a bit. Grabs the inside. Alright, back into the draft. Yeah, see, at speed, this is very cool. So they're auto-rotating. I can grab the inside line, get myself to the front quicker, pull more of a turn. Then when it comes to this section here, I'll swing off, let them come through, swing back on. Ah, yeah, that's where it's at. That kind of riding and racing. Yep, loving it. As I said, solo, meh, that, hands down, very, very cool. I want to get to the front here, so I can't get, oh, there we go, I'm out. Easy for me to get to the front now. Well, Tony's ripping 500 watts, so I can just wait for him to grab on the front. There we go. Cool. Yeah, that's what you do outdoors in a race. You share the load, get to the front, rip a turn, swing off the longest way. John, I believe Jet Black have a steering plate, but I think there's an exclusivity deal with Zwift with Elite for a few months, so I don't expect we'll see any other similar devices. Better give him a ride on. Good call. Can do. Okay, this is going to take us down the London route. Then we're going to go drop back in to the game reserve, back up Box Hill, down, and we are home. Cool. We're an hour in. So these streams go on and on. Chop. Chop. All right, Richmond Park and then Box Hill and home. Cool, cool. Climb or Elite Sterzo, Benjamin. Climb if you're riding solo, Sterzo if you're in a bunch like this. Now you're not going to see my ride-ons drop on their head because I've deleted the ride-on thumb. So you're not seeing them drop onto me, but you're also not seeing them drop onto anyone else either. All right. What am I doing in the middle of the road? Yeah, if everybody had this, would it be a mess? Well, we don't know. We haven't seen everybody have one yet, so we don't know. And there's no races to enter with steering. So, as I said earlier on, chicken and the egg. People are holding out to see how it goes. Race event organisers are waiting to see if everyone gets one. I don't know. Yeah, in regards to how many thumbs get rained down on, I can ignore them, that's fine, but I do know that people watching the stream might get a bit annoyed with the thumbs coming down. Could I mod the resource? It's a data file. I don't know what kind of file it is. It's not just a straight, easily editable image. It's not a JPEG or a PNG. It's just something. This would be better if it was used for race events rather than a free ride. Jules, I agree. But just as I stepped on the bike to enter an event to test it out, they disabled it. So I can give you snippets of what it does, but not the full experience. I can work with what I got. What side of the road does Watopia use? The other side, if you're from Australia. We're in the UK map at the moment, so I'm happy with this. I'm on my side. Oh, and if you're watching from over in Australia, we're on the left. Thanks for dropping by, Brandon. Good to see you. Abby, see, everyone's in lockdown watching Netflix in Melbourne, so you've got no hope for bandwidth. JS, my G8 insoles, they're still on, yes. I'm still leaving them as is. Has my steering block moved at all? Let me have a look at the camera. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, the G8s are still in the shoes. Yep, I like them. They're a little higher than the default insoles that I use on the Specialized, the green ones, I think, or the blues. So I like them. Ivan, you can use Bluetooth and Ant Plus at the same time. Yes, you can mix technologies. So you can have a Bluetooth heart rate strap, Ant Plus power meter, Bluetooth trainer. Mora, if you've got a 10-speed bike and an 11-speed bike, ideally you want to use the same cassette that matches your bikes. The answer there is the 11-speed will still work on the 10-speed cassette. There'll be a few gears that'll be rough and jumpy. I wouldn't advise it. Obviously, you've got the 10-speed bike. You've got to upgrade. There you go. Your father has to upgrade your bike to 11-speed. And then you're sorted. kicker climb on this, it might work, but the kicker climb has a foot, so it doesn't just sit plonk down, it rolls forward and back based on the angle. So it wouldn't be pretty. Fox Hill. And then from Box Hill, it's just straight down home. This route badge is 40 kilometers or just over. We're almost there. Alrighty. Yeah, Slane. He's decked out his van now. So Slane's moved out of Melbourne. Does the climb work with the Diretto? Well, technically, physically, the climb could manually work with the Diretto XR. The Diretto XR has pivoting rear dropouts, but there's no software or firmware support, so it's not going to work automatically. For the climb to work, the climb is transparent to Zwift or anything else, but it just takes the gradient from the trainer, and the trainer relays the gradient to the climb. That's all the gears I have. Oh yeah, no worries, 10 watts a kilo, go. Must be just warming up. Sustain 10 watts a kilo. That's moving. Cliff Bar is cool mint chocolate with limited edition packaging with Jordan Barrett. Whew. Change my jersey to GCN. How about GCN change their jersey to Gplama? First we'll need a Gplama kit. Well, nature break. Gear change is so clunky on the wheel on trainer. You don't have the same problem outdoors. That's interesting. Which trainer? Which wheel on trainer? If your bike isn't on, because outdoors obviously your bike is on solid ground and you are on top of it pushing down very hard. On a wheel on trainer, your bike is clamped and you're pushing down on the rear axle. I'd just say it's where the bike's clamped. There's probably less dampening there. Because mechanically there should be no difference. Unless it's when you clamp it, if your rear derailleur is just bending a little bit, just check for that. Steering on a rocker plate? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it'll work better because you could lean, and as you leant, your bike might steer, depending on where the center of, or the pivot point is. Might be even better. Oh, Box Hill, who put this here? But do check your B tension screw. It's the silent assassin. If your B tension is spot on, your gear changes will be nice and crisp. But if your B tension is off and that rear guide jockey wheel is further away from the cassette than it needs to be, there's too much chain. And when you change, it's going to be a little sloppy. So look up B tension. You can't go too wrong with the B tension screw. You can't screw it up so your bike simply doesn't work. Like limit screws, yeah, you can have some fun with those. B tension, you're going to have sloppy gearing or crispy gearing. Unless you go to the extreme and shove your jockey wheel into your cassette. You'll know if that happens. So I've got no steering either way now. I'm locked in on that wheel and I can't go left. So I can't take a shorter route unless I back off, and then there we go. Chop. Are we there yet? Are we there? We're halfway. So what else has been happening? Let us know where you are. Is everybody else in lockdown or face masks world? Here in Victoria, wear mandatory face masks whilst outdoors, unless exercising. Melbourne has a curfew. Rural Victoria, country Victoria, we still don't have a curfew, but we are stage 3. So no dining in. So Melbourne retail is shut down too. That's insane. Crazy times. Brisbane recently closed your borders to New South and ACT. San Remo, haven't even seen the start list, mate. I will be watching a little bit of it though. Saw an interview with Matt Goss the other day. 2011 winner. Really good. Got me thinking about those guys though. He's talking about Nimbley and Cancellara and a few others. Like, such a brutal sport. They're at the top of their game for, what, 5 years? 6, 7? If you're a legend of the sport, you can last for 10, maybe more. But you go from being an absolute superstar to probably sitting home on the couch the next year. But I guess it's contract work. Even though people make a career of it, it's still only contract work. You don't show up to work, you're not going to get signed next year. New Zealand, you've done really well. Your PM is a shining light to the rest of the world. What's this 5er workout? It's because I didn't have any other name to call my 5x5 workout. That's all. It was just my go-to workout for years, where I would jump on, 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 5 minutes on. You just do 5 of those, gets you nice and sharp, depending on the intensity that you're doing it, for say a 90-minute ride outdoors. It's just a good go-to, no fuss workout. Morning star, kid. Whew. All right. Around the corner. Drop some right arms. We'll do another fun descent and we're done. We are done. Best TT workout. If you jump over on zwiftcoach.com, I think I have most of my go-to workouts there. I only ever had 5 or 6 go-to workouts that I would pick from myself. They covered everything I needed for the racing that I was doing. Wasn't complex. I had the 5 or 6 go-to workouts, and most of them are up over there on zwiftcoach.com, which is a domain I've had for years. Whew, we're good. McLaughlin Everesting record, yeah. On a road, it's more gravel than tarmac. Nice one. There we go. Can I still steer? Yep. Not much road to play with though. It's pretty limited, this one. The Zwift Hub, yeah, I did contact the owner, creator of Zwift Hub, and asked how the traffic was. Was there a slash dot effect? Yeah, there kind of was. But I think that's offset. I donated a few dollars before I put the video up because I knew it was going to get a few more hits. He's got a little ad on that site, which I think generates a little bit of revenue. So I think that's all good. It's brilliant. I use that daily. I'll be using it in about 5 kilometers time to tick this one off. Alright, small effort up this hill. So I'm not attacking, I'm just... My power data looks too flat otherwise. Bumblebees! Alright, we'll leave it at that. Now, can I descend with this bunch? Come on, bees. Clifford, if you're a member of the channel and have a little llama icon, GP Sheepy will follow you. I scan through the list every day or so and then add people there who are members of the channel. I appreciate the support for people who have done that too. All right, let's go, bunch. Oh. Now, steering still works without pedaling. So I can jump on the wheel. Am I in the draft? No. Can I make up ground though by picking better lines? Looks like it. Okay, corner, runner, boof. Elbow check. Fair. Okay, oh, this is just bizarre. The trainer has stopped and I'm still racing down with the steering. Let's go. Come on in the draft. Liam, good morning, Belgium. How are we doing? Turn. I am making up ground. Yep. Just quick, get in the draft. I don't have the super tuck with this bike. So we're definitely in super tuck territory. 37 degrees in Belgium. Damn, the waffles will cook themselves. The ice cream will melt. Dude, stay inside. Yeah, it was snowing here the other day. If people don't believe me, my Instagram has a video of it snowing in our backyard. Yes, in Australia. I got the inside of that rider. I picked that line now. I'm on the flat. Oh, I'm still on the 53. Cool, okay, so the descending there. 0 power output and still picking solid lines. Again, this is where the steering comes into its own. It's with others. By yourself, meh. That's cool. Okay, outside line, inside line, bang. Back on the wheel. Where's Tony? You're not far behind. Cool. Tips for the first 100 kilometers ride. 100k ride, you'll need to drink and eat. Both indoors and out. Just prepare. That's all, and just continually eat. So after the first 25 or 30 kilometers, start eating. And then every 15 minutes or half an hour. This is very generic advice, but just eat. My first long ride where I really understood eating was around the bay. Well back. Many years ago. 8 hours, I think. That's the kind of ride that if you don't eat, you don't finish. You don't even get halfway. So what you eat in the morning is what you're using later on in the day. Yeah, the drafting needs to be shown somehow. I don't know how they show draft, but... Okay, sprinting with this thing. Let's go. It's jumping. Wasn't bad though. So we're still good. Will Around the Bay happen this year? God, who knows? We don't even know if next Friday is going to happen yet. Snows in Australia. We have ski resorts. They're very small, but it snows. Get off the pavement. So you can see how I can push right up against the fence. And if I steer like this, my Strava file will show that I'm riding drunk. Neo Smart Bike and the FutureWorks Steering, only possible if they implement anything with the buttons. Good evening, Auckland. Barney, it's going to be late there tonight for you to watch Milan San Remo. $11 p.m. Oh, so Milan San Remo doesn't start there until 1 a.m. Late night. Where's Tony? Okay, Tony, I'm going to back up and wait for you so we can get the route badge. Well, I'm getting the route badge. I'm not sure where you joined. Actually, you did almost the same kilometers. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Tony. It was another T. Tony, you're way ahead of me. I just saw the T and the German flag. Vogler. Vogler must have chosen that same route. Almost identical distance. I have a little less, maybe because I'm cutting the corners. Oh, shoulder check. Milan San Remo, look, let me have a look at the start list. So I'm just about to get this route badge. Pro Cycling Stats, let's have a look. I'm assuming Pro Cycling Stats has the start list. But I don't want to miss getting this screenshot of the badge. Drop a ton of ride-ons here too. So this should be it. The badge is one of the longer ones. As a cool down, I'll go have a look and give you my tip on Milan San Remo. Are we ready? Will we get the badge? Come on down, badgie. Yeah, there we are. It's all good. How embarrassing. I'm doing 61 watts with my screen cap. Cool, cool. All right, we're done. We'll get into an easy gear, drop an aero boost, and have a look at Milan San Remo. Sagan. Top competitors. Okay, so they list the top ones. Vincenzo, Ben Avermaet, Christoph. Michael Matthews. Okay, I want to see Matthews win it. Obviously, the Aussie. Sunweb. Always something to prove. Oh yeah, okay, Matthews, of course Matthews, but... Time, stage, info. Yep, there we go. Sticking with the Aussies. My tubeless tyre change video. Mate, I've done a few, but I haven't filmed it. And I'm still no closer to running tubeless. We'll get there, we'll get there. Look, I've mounted tubeless on multiple wheel sets, and there's been success stories, so... The gravel bike stuff I've converted over, no problems whatsoever. The GP5000 installation, done. They went on fine. It's trying to swap them out or fix a decent hole or anything other than installing them fresh is difficult, to say it nicely. I've got to go buy an air compressor. But then the problem is, on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, I don't have an air compressor. And I don't have a brand new tyre to put on. Alrighty. I better wrap it up there at exactly an hour and a half. So we've got a few minutes. Any questions? Fire away. Muck-off BAM, that's their air compressor from Muck-off? Or the explodey canistery thing. We have 90 seconds. Any questions on the Sterzo, let me know. Anything I haven't covered. It does work in erg mode. I haven't tried it for a meetup yet. Given that it's been disabled for cycling events, so races and things, I'm assuming it's not going to work in a meetup, but we will test this. Steering on racing. They've disabled steering, so when it's enabled for racing, I might jump in a few crits. If you do a long ride on a short route, it will repeat the same route because we'll always start and finish at the same spot. Yes, so if you were to do, say, Volcano, which is like a 4-kilometer route badge or something, you'll just keep doing volcanoes. Sterzos should be for sale. They should be in stock. It was only announced yesterday, so they should be soon. PowerTap P2 product dead. SRAM is still selling them. It's under the SRAM banner now. I hope to see them create a P3 that has been trimmed down and redesigned. The P1s and P2s still are single pedal Bluetooth. So if you have a set of P1 or a P2 set and you connect via Bluetooth, it's still only a P1S or a P2S. So there's a lot of updates that need to happen for those pedals. The Fefero Asioma have come along and just silently won that battle for now. Having said that, I'm on Vector 3s, the latest Vector 3s. With the battery doors and they're going okay. Okay, 5 seconds to go. Thank you everyone for joining along. It makes my time fly. Hopefully there's a bit of insight there with this steering block. I've got to go through 43k now, don't I? Because I'm only 400 meters off. As always, if you have any comments or questions, always throw them on the videos. I see all the comments that come through on all of those and I try and reply where I can. I don't know the answer to a lot of things, but I can help you look in the right direction, if that helps. Comments and suggestions and ideas and things. A lot of videos that I make are from other people's ideas who have emailed me or said, hey, have you seen this? This is cool. I'm like, hell yeah, that is cool. I need to talk about this. Things like ZwiftHub.com, the GDA bike steering stuff, all the little tips and tricks come from everyone. So I do appreciate it. If you have any ideas or things you want me to look into or cover or you think that I would find cool, let me know. Always happy to to be shown new things. If I don't know it exists, I don't know it exists. So the community is where I source a lot of my stuff from. So that is very, very cool. All right, we're almost there. Speaking of, I've got another video coming up. Tobias from Rides of Japan sent me a little tip the other day. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So again, Rides of Japan, if you don't follow his stuff, check him out. Easy to find, high quality videos. And the rest of the crew, DC Rainmaker, Des Fit, who else is in the mix? Lanton Rouge, tons of people out of the UK doing stuff. So go ahead and subscribe to all your favorites. Even if you just watch one or two of their videos, including this channel here, make sure you hit subscribe. You don't have to have the notifications on, but it supports all the channels. Really bumps things up. So it's all good. It's been a good night. I'm well past 33 Ks. I could talk this stuff all night, so I better go and get ready for some Milan San Remo. Michael Matthews is going to win. Let us know below in the comments who you think is going to win. And I'll know when the race is done, so you can't cheat on that one either. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming along, and we shall see you soon.